and Chris and Dominique.
Dominique Allen with Pascal Real Estate.
How long you been in the game?
5 years.
What do you love about it?
I love helping people meet their goals of home ownership and building wealth.
Okay. Chris.
What's up with it?
You gonna introduce yourself?
Oh, I was waiting for you to ask the question.
Well, go for it.
No, I'm Chris Keller. I'm a investor in Toledo, Ohio. I work for my own company, Provision Investments. We do wholesales, lease options, quick deeds, and title work. And we on the grind this year, man. My favorite thing about real estate is taking people out of a situation and getting them in a new situation and becoming assets owners.
I
A lot
dig
of
it.
people don't know about assets until they come and try one of them lease options or wholesales. And it's creating residual income too, so that's the best thing to capitalize on right now. Like Dominique said, should have been doing it 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, we got to bring it back to that conversation.
What's that?
Let's bring it back to that. So I'm Ashleigh. I'm with Howard Hanna. Been in since got my license summer of 17. So
That's when I met you.
yeah, we were at Alan James together. So so I want to say, like, what are you guys seeing in the market right now?
Right now, I'm seeing a lot of different. I'm actually seeing a lot on both sides. I'm seeing a lot of people sell due to the pandemic, and then I'm seeing a lot of people taking advantage and coming to buy due to the pandemic. I've been seeing a lot of new investors pop up, a lot of people that you may have not even heard of that got a lot of cash sitting around, or just cash that they can liquidate and bring that to the market and make it work for themselves. The more and more I see people doing, more podcasts, giving out more information, the more investors that might not even know about how to invest in the market or where to put their money is coming and buying real estate.
Okay.
I'm seeing, let's just say, I'm going to tell you what I don't want to see.
That camera.
So right now, traditionally, you'll get a lot of buyers talking about, I want to find a house 10K and under. Unless it's off market, it's going to be really tough to pull right now. It is a seller's market. People, if they were 10,000, they at least want 25 right now for them. We should up the prices and stop lowballing. It's a very competitive market. We cannot deal with you coming in 10,000 under, or really not even coming in at asking price. Where traditionally you can get closing costs right now. You got to submit a clean deal sometime, especially in the spring. You might can pull it right now, but when it get hot, you're going to have to come in with full price offers, or come in a little bit over if you want those closing costs and other contingencies wrapped around in it. And like also Chris was saying, a lot of people want to know, when is it right now the time to buy? It's a pandemic and things like that. And I think the time to buy was really 5 years ago. Back then it was even a buyer's market, but now it's a seller's market. It's still a great time to buy because you're catching very low interest rates right now. What are they, about 3.9? 3%. That's very, very good.
3% low. FHA loans, 3%.
Now it's the time to refinance.
10%.
Yeah. Now it's the time to refinance.
Right, and I'm hearing they even letting it go for even under a 600 credit score.
Yeah.
So some people is going at 580. That's not even good credit yet, and they letting you get a house under it. So most definitely want to take advantage of the FHA and conventional loans right now they got going on.
Absolutely.
I want to piggyback on what you said about the lowballing. Because I've had a few houses on the market, and they, like, I've got a 4-pack over on Delaware, $39.9 a piece. Jason and I got them co-listed, and we got these investors coming in wanting $20K, $25K a house, and you're just like, are you kidding me? Like, obviously investors, they have their formula that they want to be all in at a house at 70%, so they have that 30% of profit and whatever equity. So, but now, like 2 days ago, I was at Louisville, closed on a house, listed for 35, and contract got it for 42. Like, that's like 7K over on the east side, people.
On the east side.
On the east side.
Shout out to the east side.
So, and then to piggyback on what Dominique said about, buying, 5 years ago, Toledo is a really hot market. We have I don't know how many people I know you guys deal with out-of-state people. I just closed on a set of properties from a guy that was in Colorado. Talked to a gentleman who yesterday showed a house too, who commutes from Detroit to Maryland, and he heard about Toledo's market in Maryland. So for all you people out there who are working these factory jobs, there's nothing wrong with, busting your butt 40 hours, 60 hours, 70 hours, 80 hours a week at a factory job. But what are you doing with your money? We know Chrysler people, you guys are bringing home $1,000 a week, if not more.
Right.
What are you doing with your money? Buy some real estate. Seriously.
Get some real estate.
You guys have the financial background of, if you've been there for over 3 years, to buy these properties, because these investors are coming. Yeah. They're here.
They coming to buy up.
They're buying everything.
Yeah.
So you want to keep Toledo pride.
Keep Toledo pride.
I would like to add to that, Ashley, because I've dealt with some out-of-town investors as well. And like she said, in Toledo, we have some of the cheapest real estate across the world. You can take $100,000 here and be in a nice place. So if you're coming from Atlanta, Jersey, California, that is foreign. They're going to come buy it in bulk.
Them $500,000 houses. I got a friend in California. My house now probably worth about 106.
Yeah.
He came in like, "What you getting this for? $800 a month?" He said, "Oh, there's $500,000 in California. $500,000 houses."
Yep.
So I have been seeing a lot of investors convert from California, Texas.
They're coming. They're here.
North Carolina, etc. Coming to Toledo and finding these, to us, $30,000-$40,000 might look like, oh, it's so much money, but for them, they like,
it's
give it to me.
Yeah.
I got buyers rushing me through title, like, "Chris, come on,
they want to close
so
in a
long?
week.
I want to close right now."
Yeah, like Louisville's not
how
behind.
much?
Yeah. I just had a situation like that, which you actually closing today on it, where the buyer, she was putting fire up under me, like, "I'm ready to close. I have the money. Where is the documentation and closing going down?"
Period. I want them ready and willing buyers. I
ready.
love those.
They ready, man. Most definitely, man. So, Toledo is a great market right now to come down, invest in, and it's gonna make your money work for itself, though. You know what I mean? Y'all need help with contractors? Contact myself. Contact Dominique, Ashleigh. We know a lot of contractors, though. These contractors is constantly calling me, asking, "Is there more work? Is there more work? Is there more work?" And it's so much work that we can keep them overloaded. You know what I mean? But most definitely don't be scared to reach out. Call us. Let us know. And we can get somebody on them floors you might need, or the door. Dominique getting ready to paint here soon. You know what I mean? We can help you get that done.
We're going to do whatever it takes to get that deal done. And we understand that the people are coming from out of town, so we know you need those connections. It's very hard to find a contractor. Yeah. If they don't know you, they're not going to work as hard for you as if they do know you, or if they do repeated business with you, or they know I'm going to bring them more business, so they do well.
Right.
I wanted to piggyback on something like that too. Oh, so yesterday, gave keys to a client so she could walk in her home for the first time, actually owning it, right?
Best feeling ever.
Oh my God. I was like, she's like, "I'm going to cry." And I'm like, "Don't cry, because I'm going to cry." And I got mascara on, and it's not, and I ended up crying anyways, and it was fine. But so she's like, "I want a fence." She's like, "Who do you got for a fence?" And I'm just like, she's like, "I want it done now." And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, phone call. "Hey, can you go out there? This is the address. This is zip code. This is her name. This is her number. Call her." Like, it's that fast. You get work that fast.
It's same day service.
I was like, "I need you to go." So, and that's the other thing too. Like, if you have that rapport with your people, they know when you call, she's got something. He's got something. So, we really want to answer your questions though. So please call us. Jesse's got the number up. Give us a call. We want to answer your questions about home buying. Anything in the process, please give us a call. We're here for you.
Definitely.
We want to answer those questions for you.
Don't let nothing scare you. Don't let no bad credit score scare you. Don't let, "I might not have enough money in the bank," scare you. It's a way around everything, man. It's a way around everything, honestly, though. For bad people with bad credit, like we said last time, reach out to Jason. He part of the 700 Club. I just watched the interview with him last night. We're spitting real
Jason
knowledge,
White,
real knowledge about 35% underutilization, getting credit cards, utilizing your debt to income ratio, raising that credit score. You can raise the credit score in like
6
2
months.
weeks. I mean, sometimes it's 2 weeks to 30 days. You get an account, $5,000 account on there, and it's gonna boost up dramatically quick. So don't be scared of those credit cards, folks. Just don't spend them. Just don't go.
And
don't
big shout out
crazy
to Jason. I read his book, and you know how it says, and it's a real easy read. It took me about an hour. It's a real short, easy read book, and everything he said in the book, I didn't have bad credit, so I know everybody's situation is different. Mine wasn't bad. I was one of the people who wanted to cash out. I got it. I'm not about to get it taken back from me. I had a car get repossessed. I said, no, I'm never going through that again.
That won't happen again.
So I'm thinking I'm doing good. I'm going to buy my house cash, buy my car cash, and your credit just basic. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what am I going to do to get it up? I think I did a podcast with Jason almost a year ago, too. So I'm going to try to find that and post it. But yeah, he said he can get you up about 100 or 200 points. Mine, I can show you proof that it went up 167 points just by listening, because I would have never known, like, only use 30%. My rule is 20. I'm not even using that much. Like,
right.
It's sticky.
Man.
And another thing is about Chris. He works in a lot of rent to own. Rent is high right now.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yay!
Got a caller, Saved by the Bell.
I want to talk about rent. Well, side note
That says rent.
Rent. Hello.
Hey, hi.
Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
I was trying to call in for Kel.
Yeah, most definitely.
Hey, man, I just want to shout you out. Proud of you, boy. Calling all the way down from Nashville. You know who it is.
Hey, Marcel, my brother. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Get to it. Thank
For
you,
the folks
sir.
that's watching, make sure y'all listen to this boy Kel. You know what he's talking about, man. Love you, boy.
Love you too, brother.
Thanks for calling in. We appreciate that.
No problem.
My man.
Good morning.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
How you doing?
Good. I hear y'all talking about credit card utilization and things this morning. Trying to
Yes, sir.
folks.
Yes.
Hey, I just want to let everybody know too. Staying under 30% is good, but if you play in that range from 2 to 9%, that's excellent.
Let them know.
Yep, that's what I was saying. I'm staying under
Also,
2 to 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a few free gems for those who aren't familiar with the credit game and being scared of it.
Yeah.
Not only do you use 2 to 9% every month, learn when your credit card closes out, not just the day that payment is due. Very important.
Right. I would agree on that too. And a lot of times I hear too, it's not a good thing to close out credit cards. Even if it's a card that you don't use or don't utilize like that, you just want to keep it open, and you might have a little bit of interest per month that you have to pay on it. But when creditors are going to look at your overall utilization, they looking at all the cards and accounts you got open. What's your history on it? And history is what I want to say it's about 30% of your credit. Yeah, so most definitely, man. Yeah. Thank you for that.
It's a whole other game on hiding that utilization and all of that. But we're not gonna go too heavy on them this morning.
Right.
Just be responsible. Pay that balance. If you got $1,000 credit card, the day before it closes and reports to the credit bureaus, if you can put 950 or 900 back on there, put it back on there. And 2 days after it reports to the credit bureaus, you have access to all of that money to use again.
Right. So credit recycles itself too as well. I don't know if a lot of people know that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good fact, my man.
I just want to drop that this morning. I'm out here working, unloading the truck.
All right, we appreciate it, man. Thank you for a couple of
Jewels, man. We love the truck drivers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm a truck driver, and I'm into credit solutions and just, helping our people out, because we really need to learn how to utilize that credit to finance our freedom.
Most definitely.
All right, y'all have a great morning. Keep grinding.
All right. Yeah, so touching this topic too. So
we got another call. Is that another call?
I think that call just ended. Yeah. Oh. So just touching his topic too. For people who don't have any credit cards, you saying you can't get approved for a credit card. Get you a secure credit card. I know back 2-3 years ago, I was like, I need some credit. I was sitting on like $430, $450. I put $500 onto a Discover card, and it was a secure credit card. I paid the card off for about 3 or 4 or 5 months. I woke up one morning and they raised my limit. It was like 1,000. I said, I like the way this rolling. I'm gonna keep on paying them on time. I spend, under 30% of the utilization, keep paying them back for another 3-4 months. Guess what? You wake up in the morning, they done raised it to $2,500. So it's essentially making an investment in yourself. You only putting $500 down. To this date, that card is looking at about $25 to $3,000 on that card. So you don't have to be scared to utilize the money. When you spend it, say you spend $300, and then when you pay that back, it's really recycling your money because they give you $300 more again to spend, and it goes in a revolutionizing circle. So. Man, credit one of the best things ever that I had to learn about real estate.
I love credit more than money half the time because I feel like money gets you what you want, but credit gets you what you need.
What you need.
You don't want to spend $250 out of pocket on a house. My friend really was like, I would just save them. No, girl, no.
You
You're going to put down about $5,000.
You don't need all that.
I think it was 8 she ended up putting down because she didn't have any programs. But yeah, credit is very important. And that's what I loved about real estate. When I used to drive through Ottawa Hills, I just found this video. I'm 5 years ago before I got in real estate. I would drive around Ottawa Hills. I'm in my little BMW. I'm like, I'm gonna become a realtor one day or something. And I swear I'm in a video like I might be a real estate agent one day, but I don't know. But I was like, how do people get here?
Right.
And it wasn't even that they had money or they were rich. Our parents have made the same amount of money basically because they rented their whole life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead of owning, and people will be scared. Oh, I don't want to spend that much money. Spend it while you're young.
Right.
So your kids can grow up in that house in that neighborhood. You're buying a neighborhood for real.
Right. And that's exactly what you're paying for. Is the neighborhood. I agree with you on that. Now, too, with like a lot of different credit that you may use, it's 2 different ways people treat you when you come in there with bad credit and you come in there with good credit. Now, say you got a 450, 500. You come to a car lot. Shout out to my man Lance. You come to a car lot. You want to buy a car. So first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna run that credit score. Now you either gonna get 1 or 2 reactions out of them. One, they gonna look it up, 450 credit. Oh man, we can't get you the color or nothing you need.
You driving off of what they want you to have.
Right. Yeah. Got a call.
Hi, Bryce.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Just have a quick question. What's some advice you would give for somebody that's like new into real estate, trying to learn the ins and outs and how to go about everything? Like,
So what kind of field are you looking to persuade? Are you looking at being an agent? You want to be a wholesaler, an investor?
Looking to buy for personal?
Where your mind at with it right now?
Right now, I've been looking into like investor wholesaling, but I eventually want to get into like flipping houses and also having like passive income with property.
Okay, so I mean, my advice first, if you can master wholesaling. Wholesaling is a situation that I started with. It takes no money, no credit. You literally are assigning a property from the seller to the buyer, and you're the man in the middle. So if you have a property, say your brother calls you like, hey, I want to sell this property for $10,000, right? And let's say you got your cousin over here looking for a property and he want to spend $15,000. If you contract the seller at $10,000 and you contract your buyer at $15,000, when you turn those 2 papers in to the title agency, they're going to spit you out a check for $5,000 just for being, in the middle of the 2. Now you can take that money and utilize that towards, purchasing your next property and, the next one and the next one, et cetera. If you just want to get on the map as far as I want some equity built and I would like to move forward on, moving into my own house, then you may want to take the option of doing a lease to own.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you reach out to people, you do your homework. I will say I'm YouTube University. I like to watch a lot of YouTube about wholesaling, reading books. I reached out to a lot of realtors when I wanted to know certain lenders and got them coffee and just pick their brain. Chris is a good person. You'll call and hey, let's talk about wholesaling. Just bring something of value, I believe.
Yeah. So I mean, what I would say for you, man, is I would go strictly for either wholesaling, or if you just got a wad of cash going, like just sitting around in the bank or at the house, reach out to a wholesaler who can find you a discounted property. Yeah, reach out to somebody like me. You could call me myself. You could call me yourself and reach out. And we got properties listed from $5,000 up to $10,000 to $20,000, and with me, I'm gonna make sure it's gonna be a good deal for you. I'm not gonna put you in something that's overall gonna sell for $25,000. You put 10, you bought it for 10, you putting 10 in it, you only had 20,000. I like to have some meat on the bone, so we're gonna be looking for at least something that you can put into property and still be at 70% ARV, and you can still walk away with a nice chunk after you fix and flip, the property or home.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
I had a question for you, Chris. Is it another call? So my brother, you met him, Tony.
Yeah.
He was doing wholesaling. He tell you?
No, he didn't tell me he was going wholesaling.
Man, before. This was like a year or two ago.
Actually, he did, though. He did mention that, though. He was good into it.
He was in jail, so he actually was reading the blueprint and everything, and he got out, and me and him was trying to purchase a property. He had the hard money pre-approval, and man, this is a dope house. I know it sold over asking price. It was right over there on I'll heather down somewhere.
Oh,
but he
yeah,
felt like they
good.
backdoored him. I didn't know. I was apprehensive even about doing it. I'm like, dude, if you're going to wholesale, be a real estate agent. What's the difference?
Right.
It's easier to have that conversation when you're a realtor for some people. And I love the fact that you don't have to, because if you don't have to, you can do a lot more. We have certain codes and conducts that we cannot do.
Right.
So how do you feel about the hard money lending? I know a lot of people want to get into that. Does it work?
Yeah. So for hard money lending, they got a couple different requirements. They gonna want to see like a scope of work. Mm-hmm. They gonna want to make sure all your ducks in a row on a hard money lender side. So being, say you got a property at, it can sell for $50,000-$60,000. What they want to see is that you can probably get it under contract for about $20,000, and you can put maybe $10,000 worth of work in it. And they want to make sure 100% that they're gonna make their money back. So when you sell the property, they're probably going to be looking at about 10 to 12% interest, and then hard money lenders too have what they call points, 1, 2, and 3 points. Points is usually another word for another $1,000. So when you're dealing with hard money lenders, you're pretty much in control of the whole project. You control the project. It's your job to make sure the contractors is going to be on time, and it's your job to make sure that hard money lender that's lending you the money gets their money back and interest on top of that within a specific amount of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's doable.
So it's most definitely doable. Okay. Yeah. I do know it's just different requirements for different hard money lenders. So some of my first ones I was looking out to, some of them wanted like a 700 score. They want to make sure you already have prior experience doing it. So they want to see you doing
portfolio.
one to two different jobs. Yeah. So, I mean, for that, it's an easy way, to kind of get around it. Like if you know a contractor, a lot of contractors do the scope of work where they can walk the property with you, tell you, hey, we need this painted, we need this painted. In order to get the whole house together, it's going to cost you about $10,000. And what you can do with a private money lender is essentially put that in the package, though. Mm-hmm. So you want to send them all the information they might need to know without them possibly even having to ask a question.
Yeah.
So on the first page, you want to have, just some basic information about the property. What's the address? What's the details on it? How many bedrooms? The second page, you may want to have some pictures of the property. That way these people ain't got to go out. Go looking on Zillow, internet, things like that. Mm-hmm. Third page, you probably want to have like a scope of work. Look, Mr. Investor, this is how much we're going to pay for it. This is how much we're going to put into it. Here are the comparables. This is what the area sells for. And we're guaranteeing that we can make some profit on this thing. Mm-hmm. So when you more or less working with private money or hard money investors, you want to make sure you got that, they call it a credibility package, where you can put it in front of an investor and they can go over it, kind of do their own due diligence and determine for themselves if it's a good deal to move forward on. Now, if it's some meat on the bone, they're going to be calling you like, hey, let's get this started. Mm-hmm. I'm ready to go. You know what I mean?
If it's tight.
Yeah, if it's tight, though, because You don't, because I know a lot of people, man, they get scared when it come to talking to people who got millions of dollars. Like these people, they looking for, they regular, like they looking for people like us that can help their money grow. So it's nothing you should be scared of. On the first appointment, you might bump your head or, make a mistake or so, but just learn from the next one. Okay, I'm going in like this. The next time I'm going in like this. Like when I first started wholesaling, I just learned from making mistakes and doing it multiple times. So the first time I went in for a wholesale, the lady was asking me different kind of questions like, do you have business cards? And I'm like, I don't, but for the next person, I'm gonna have business cards. The next person I go to, they're like, hey, this all sounds good, but do you have a template? I'm like, I don't, but for the next one, I'm gonna have business cards and template. And then on that third appointment, you already, now you done built your confidence. I'm coming in there, I got my template. I'm coming in there with my information. I ran information on CRM. That's when you can start telling people facts about their own house that they might not even know, or information they might not even think you know. Like, hey, I paid $20,000 for this. No, you didn't.
Public record.
No, you didn't. They say you only bought it for $5. So if I can get you 10, that'll be $5,000 more that you spent for it in the first place, right? Right. So I mean, just do your homework, do your due diligence, and you want to go in there with some knowledgeable information you can hit them with. Because if not, I mean, I'm telling you, man, people, they'll get you if they can.
They make up stuff too.
Yeah, they make up, put $20,000 into this house and etc. And it looked like you only paid $3,000 for it. So do your homework. Make sure all your ducks in a row. That way, when you are working with a wholesaler or with a private money lender, the questions they already about to ask, be ready to answer those and have them ready. And then though too, because I know. Me, Ashleigh, and Dominique, we've been doing this for a while. So, I mean, occasionally we might show up.
Oh, I showed a house just like this.
In some comfortable gear or whatnot. But you can be comfortable, but be knowledgeable, though. Don't show up in jeans and a T-shirt and be like, well, I thought you just wanted to buy it. Like, give them some facts. Let them know, look, this is how much money you can make if you do this. This is how much you can rent it out for per month. This how much overhead you can make per month. This how much residuals you want per month. And people gonna start, you talking money. I like to hear some money. Let's make some money.
We love to talk about money.
Right.
But actually, we actually have shame as human beings about talking about money. We're more likely to talk about our intimate life than we are about money because we have shame. And it's interesting how shame shows up in both worlds.
No, I get that because we're realtors. So for us, we talk about finances normally. Yeah. And that's really a disrespect. It's not disrespectful. It's a rude conversation to have or ask someone about their finances. But since that's what we do all day, we have to ask about finances after I get your name. Okay, so where do you work?
Exactly.
How much are you making?
What's your credit score? How long you been on the
So I'm not really shy about it, but I have met people who's like, that's rude to talk about finances.
They clench their pearls.
Yeah. And it's really not though, because I mean
it's rude when you broke.
Yeah, I remember my first time. My mentor was always, I had to do like a questionnaire or whatnot, and some of the questions in there, I'm like, why do I gotta ask them that? Like so, and it essentially, and I'll tell y'all one of the things I used to disagree with. Like so for wholesaling or for lease options, we used to always have to ask them, or do you have the proof of funds? Or how much money can you put down? And I don't like to play it from that perspective because if somebody tell me I got $6,000 down and I come like, well, $6,000 down, it's going to be like, I'm going after all you got. You know what I mean? So it's like more or less of a conversation. Yeah.
It's like going to a car dealership. I got 5,000. What do you got for me? You only got 7 in your pocket, but you're like 5.
Exactly. So it's more or less like a conversation where you want to get them to lead into talking about their own finances, and they'll feel a lot more comfortable doing it though. Like just find out the area and whatever they're looking for.
I want to bring it back to rent because Dominique was going to bring up rent. So
what about rent?
So you guys know that. So the East Side, used to rent under $500 for a whole house.
Yeah, rent is up now.
Rent over there goes $600, $700 ish, depending on neighborhood. 43612. If you're in that area, man, you're at the 750 to 850 range. We want to hear from you renters. What do you guys got going on? What's keeping you guys from buying? Give us a call.
Right.
I get a lot of calls from renters, and I be so confused because I'm like, I'm a realtor. I don't know why they think it coincide, but it really doesn't.
It's a whole other field.
It's a different field. When I worked at Flex Realty, you would get a little commission or something if you, a referral fee or something if you brought a renter. But my goal is to get you to buy, because if you can afford rent, sometime you can afford to buy, and then you guys sometimes are scared again about credit and whatnot. But what I learned is, like, a lot of people wait till they get older to think about it. We weren't thinking about credit at 18, 19 like we should. Yeah. But that don't mean the game not going on. Yeah. So people coming late to it, and then we find out, like, I'm waking up every day, what's my credit score? We checking emails.
It get a little excessive though when you dive deep into it. Like, hold on, they said I'm 50 points. Oh man, I'm ready for it though. But most definitely with a renter, you want to think about that though too, because 5-6 years of giving somebody $700, where is it going to?
They be like, I don't want to buy a house in Toledo. You already did.
Exactly though.
Already did.
So for like the West Side area, it's going for like $800-900 per month. Like Ashleigh mentioned on the last time, put that thing in the mortgage. See how much you're paying. You're only paying like $600 a month. So you saving yourself $300-400 a month, and every payment going towards equity and towards your credit. And a house is probably the best line of credit that you can have, on your credit score period. They see you got a mortgage. They see you've been paying this thing on time for multiple years. And guess what? After a couple years, you can either pull that equity out, and go and reinvest it into another property, which a lot of people don't know. A lot of people have been owning a home for 5, 10, 20 years. You getting into debt, guess what you can use? That house. That house is leverage. Yep. Why you think when people go to court, we could take the house? You know what I mean? Because, you got $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 just sitting there. Yes. So you can take that, refinance, and go apply that towards a FHA or a conventional loan, 3 to 10% down. Drop that, get in a duplex, rent them 2 units out, and guess who paying your mortgage now? Upper and lower units, and you probably still gonna bring.
Or you can just live in one and live for free.
Yeah, do the Ash style though. You know what I mean? Yeah, just if you're a single person too, that's great.
It
advice,
really work
though.
out. That's what I tell everybody.
That's free rent though. Like, who don't want
go
free
get you a
rent?
place by UT. You'll be good.
So I want to talk about that. So hot spots in Toledo right now. I want to tell you guys what investors are looking for. That half-mile to mile radius around UT. Hot.
Smoking them.
Hot. If you own a property in that area, you hang on to it.
No, call me. I want it.
Hang on to it.
My seller sold one. They bought it for $63K. Did no upgrades. The next year I listed it. I'm like, well, let's go for $73. I'm like, it might not work, but guess what? It's sold in less than 90 days. Yeah. Beautiful house. Beautiful. Ooh. So Ashleigh's right. What's another hot spot?
Another hot spot is your Jackman, Savannah area.
West Side.
West Side.
West Side,
investors
Toledo.
love that area because you can pick up houses for 20, 30, 40K, and guess what they sell for, guys?
60, 75,
70, 80s.
This summer it was 70, high hundreds, Willie's Parkway and stuff.
And they've been going up too, because last year when we was doing lease options, they was going for 50, 60. Now on the end of these terms, I'm seeing a lot of 70s, 75, 80s though.
I got a partner at a colleague at Howard Hanna had one on Watson. Listed it for 70 something. I think it sold for around that, if not above it.
I bet.
And I had another gentleman who Firehouse on Jackman got cashed out for close to $100K because that's what they said it was worth. And I was like, from the insurance.
Is hot, man.
My client was shopping like 95. Yeah. I'm like, that wasn't even a 95 area just like that long ago. I mean, like, what street was it? Okay, Jackman, and then you go Eleanor. That used to be, but recently, you would be in there getting 60 and 70 easily. You're getting 100 over there right now.
Oh, yeah.
There's duplexes going over there for 90 to 100.
Mm-hmm.
Washington Local. That's another hot area everybody looking for.
I hate that area. Those houses are so small.
They small.
I don't like
small.
that.
But you really paying for the area, though.
You might cop getting an extra bath, half bath over there. Really, bigger yard. But there is deals over there. There was a cash deal for $50,000. No joke, a block away from Michigan off of Clover.
Okay.
So if you had like any cash buyers in that neighborhood, 150 easy.
Right.
I was like, man, the ARV. Oh my god.
It's crazy though, because like I said, with the Washington Local, you really paying for the area. I just saw I just sold an 850 square feet, the one on North
I
Gate.
know, I showed it. My lady hit
this
me
house,
up.
right? This
It was
house,
gone.
man, gone. But this house ain't have a basement. It didn't have an upstairs, an attic.
It was straight to the point.
It was straight to the point. It was a nice. We did a rehab on it. We put new windows in it, etc. Had a nice garage, nice big backyard. The house sold for $60,000.
Easily.
Right? Go on the north side, see what you can get for $60,000. Probably a mansion.
I don't think houses sell that high over there.
No,
I think
probably not.
The max has been like 40,
Like 40,
maybe 50.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen it.
Yeah. The north got that line in the sand, like, this the good side. This the
If
better
you're
side.
so the thing I want to talk about too with the north side, I mean, you're in like Jeep Parkway area, Jeep Credit Union area. For all you factory workers, like you guys.
I'm not working all them hours to be renting. I gotta come out with something on top after that.
I gotta share a story with you guys. Like my grandpa was worked for Chrysler and retired as a pipe fitter. I mean, my cousin and I found one of his like W-2s from like a million years ago. And we were like, oh my god, like grandpa was
Getting that bread.
getting it.
Get to that money, baby.
But my grandpa, like he had his Ohio license, and he actually like he bought property on the east side, like where I grew up on Varland. Shout out to the L5. Like he had like I think 3 or 4 properties just on that street, and a few like out in other areas because he would go to these auctions and he would go to like all these different places, and he had property around town. So like. There's no reason. There's no reason, guys. You guys are making so much money.
So much money. And if you don't know where your credit score is, just download Credit Karma app. It's 100% free, and they're going to show your credit score in like 30 seconds.
And Experian.
Experian,
Well,
that's another
Experian
great
will
one.
be a wake-up call for you.
Yeah, because it might be like 10 or 20 points off
It's
from what you
different.
thought it was.
And I don't know which one of you guys were saying it earlier about like we were talking about rates and buying a car. So like how you were saying when you pull up to the lot. So this just happened to me. Again, I didn't know how to buy a car. I didn't know I could just go get a pre-approval. I had like a Capital One online, just shopping online on Car Gurus.
Yeah.
But I went out to California. They're like, you have to come out. I'm like, I got to fly out to Cali, but okay, I want to test drive it, get it tested,
Right.
whatever. When I got the paperwork back, they were charging me 22% interest. That is crazy.
22%.
They end up calling me back like, we can't do the loan for some reason. And I'm like, well, let me just check. My sister told me to go with the credit union. I go in there. The lady run my credit. First of all, they told me my credit was a 604. I'm looking at it like, you tripping. I'm on Experian, not Credit Karma. But they probably went with the lowest they could find. I had a 680 somewhere, whatever. But I think they found the lowest thing they could find. Like, we can't really get you financed. I go to the Urban Credit Union. She pulled a credit. Oh, you're a 678 on this one. I'm like, cool, that's a low one, but good. She like, yeah, I can get you pre-approved. Then you put half down. Okay, you're good. They send a check the next day. Boom, I get the car. That interest rate was 5% versus 20. When I said it was about to take me up top, I was about to pay $5,000 to $6,000 more. Where now I'm only paying $1,300.
Right.
And I'm only doing this 2 bill credit. So I'm like, let me put half and pay on it for about a year or 2 and see what I can do. But I'm just saying, you have to shop, and it's the same way with houses. Get you a lender and see how much house you can afford. Do not call us and just want to go look for a house, because I'm going to send you to get pre-approved.
Yeah. And then
You're shopping without money, essentially.
Most definitely, though. Quicken Loans, too, man. I know a couple years back, man, my uncle
They
and auntie.
pre-approve everybody.
Yeah, they got pre-approved, but I guarantee you they saving so much money doing it through Quicken Loans as opposed to going through a traditional, closing and bank and doing all that. Because you call the bank, if they think you might need the money, they gonna whack you with that 22-30% interest, though. Like you said with Capital One, if you want to get a car, and I don't know what kind of car you get, but based off your credit score, they might be able to just shoot you a check for $10,000 and pay us $150 a month, as opposed to the car lot. They put you in a $10,000 car, make it $20,000.
Yeah, that's
and
what
then
they
you
tried.
paying
Car
all,
lots you guys are getting.
paying all the interest on that boy.
So
and like I said, they
coulda bought
treat
a
you
house.
2 different ways
They
when
do.
you got good credit.
And I was hurt because I knew I was walking in this time grown. I'm like, am my credit
Grown, like,
good?
credit
Like, I know
good.
I'm about to get what I want. I'm putting half down. I'm good.
Yeah, right.
They even called me back like, if you put out another 3, you could just go through our buy here, pay here. Are y'all trying to get some money out of me?
No.
I gotta resource all resources. So I had a friend like, I got the 3. No, you don't.
No, it's over with for that.
And I'm just so happy I walked in that credit union. So if you guys want to know where to get some good rates from Toledo Urban Federal Credit Union,
go to them.
oh my gosh, she got me taken care of in like less than an hour. I was out, and they wired the money right then and there.
That's sweet.
And I was happy.
I wanna touch on that too. Credit unions over regular banks, and even mortgage companies over banks. So I just had a client, first time home buyer, went to Huntington, to get his pre-approval. And first time home buyer, they told him that he had to save up for a down payment. I said, no,
you don't.
You're a first time home buyer. No, you should not be coming out of pocket on a down payment.
Yeah.
Right.
So here's this person, this person, this person. Call them, shop around, see what you need, and get back to me. Because if
Get
you're a
back to 'em.
veteran, first time home buyer, that down payment is non-existent. People, you should not be paying it.
Right, exactly. And another thing too, look for confidential troubled banks. I'm telling you, like
The ones that go under.
like the ones that might be in trouble, but they still got some money though. You know what I mean? Because dude, with them people, I'm telling you, they might be able to give you like a certain loan interest and rate because they looking for any loan they can take right now. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
And if they go under, then
It's not going to affect them. They're going to get bought out.
right.
You're going to
So
be left
might
with the
not-
debt.
you won't be affected hostile. Oh, y'all ain't got a business no more. But a bank not going out of business no time. So I'm just saying, banks can, but
I'll tell you a story.
be looking at them low key banks too, though. Is what I'm saying though. And I got this from when I went to Detroit. Man, I did that seminar. What is their name for Elevated? It's an Elevated seminar. One of the people from AG Flip Your House. It was the
Got it.
husband and the wife.
Okay, so I've been to one too.
Montalongo or
Yeah,
whatever. I've been
yeah.
to one too when they had it over at by.
Yeah,
Funny Bone
I went to
Harrisburg.
there. I ended up paying like $2,500 for this damn course.
Oh, they be
whatnot.
getting people.
But at the end of the course, they was like, "Oh, you want to pay us $60,000, etc." But the thing I walked away with was they gave me a list of confidential troubled banks, though, and
Interesting.
so that was like a list, like a packet, like this thick, of just banks that might not require as much as a Fifth Third or a
What they
Huntington
do?
Bank.
What they do commercial?
I'm
having a hard time getting commercial loans.
They'll do commercial too. Just depending on what's your plan when you come in there. Because like I said, you want to come in hands on the guns. Like I got a scope of work. Look, y'all, we can make some money together. They like we can make that makes sense. We can make some money
Numbers
together.
don't lie.
Let's give you a loan for that much. But then again too, like some of them they look for a lot of prior flipping fixes that you might have did. I know when I was first starting my venture. They was asking, how many have you already done? And at that time, it was like, this is my first one. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, don't let the first one just stop you. Like, man, they said they got to come with a 6. Because a couple cars later, they was like, you only need a 600, and we only require this, and we can get it done for y'all for, some of them got a cap on it, though. Like, it got to be more than $30,000 or $40,000 for them to even, dip their money in. So
Me too. That's mine too.
Yeah, like they're not gonna do no
$5,000,
$10,000 house. You at least gotta have some like $30,000-$40,000 and some meat on the bone you can show them, man. Scope of work, they'll kill it. They'll go for you on there.
We had. I'm expecting in the next couple months here with the pandemic because like evictions and stuff like that are going to be taking place, foreclosures and whatnot. So we're kind of like seeing if the market's gonna flood.
What do y'all feel about
It
foreclosures?
never-
People keep calling. I be thinking like, is there foreclosures still? Because
Not
we're
right
not in
now.
that market.
Not right
But I don't
now.
ever want to tell
I
nobody
don't
just
hear
flat
that.
no.
Not right now.
But I just be want to say like, no, everybody bought the foreclosure.
It's a lot of ways around foreclosure too, man. Like I'll let you talk.
I have a partner. He actually his office is right next to Jason and I's, and he deals strictly with foreclosures. So if you guys have any foreclosures properties that you guys know of, just let me know because he can look it up for me, and I can show you. And I can.
Do he have a list?
He doesn't. See, that's the thing. That's contrary to what everybody believes.
Yeah,
and
like
makes
it's
up.
a
There
special
isn't
list.
There isn't a list.
They pop up
Really?
dramatically. It might be somebody going foreclosure tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like,
it changes. So what I would say with that is if you're in a nice neighborhood, drive around and look for the ones that are maybe it's overgrown, it's boarded up, maybe it's a firehouse. And just kind of check it out and see, your neighborhood. So in the nicer areas, people have shame about losing their houses. They want to look good. They don't want to look bad about losing their house.
Right, exactly.
So this is what you do then. You type up that address and you go on Aries, and it'll tell you if PNC or Huntington or somebody owns it.
Yeah,
Okay, and I've written letters to them excuse me, this address.
right.
I
need
told
this
you to
house.
plug on the
Find
getting their
out.
contact number though now.
Right.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. You can
We got the plug for you. If you find a house, I know you can use Aries, but we got this plug on our MLS, a special realtors, Chris.
realtor stuff.
It's called Forewarned, and just with a cell phone number or an address, it will pull up the owner, cell phone number, and everything. So normally we'll just get their address and have to mail out letters. Yeah. But if I can actually call you and then send you out a follow-up thank you card, even better. 2 points of contact.
That's even sweeter though. That's called campaigning though.
Yes, I'm loving it.
That right. And two, man, if y'all want to just do a lot of due diligence, get a CRM though. I use my REI Pro.
With the CRM, you guys are
your
using
CRM,
you gotta dumb it down.
However, right.
We're in the thing, we know it.
So I mean, it gives you a lot of information, like Dominique was saying.
Your market analysis.
You can skip trace anybody's number though. You know what I'm saying? Find out what current address. I remember one time I couldn't get through to the number, and it was around the corner from my own house. So I drove and dropped a little yellow letter into a mailbox. Got a call on it too. It was full fourplex.
I got postcards for that too. Door hangers.
Yeah, door hangers. Yeah. So most definitely, man. That's something that you wanna look up into, man. Go ahead and do it. Go you, man. Don't be scared to do it.
I agree.
Yeah.
What else was there? Oh, so the banks that so I want to talk about like getting like cheap houses, free houses. You know, like
we still got penny dollar houses
still
and
doing
stuff.
Dollar houses anymore.
Man.
The dollar houses.
No, I bet we don't.
We might not.
I bet the land bank has gotten all of them. I feel like
true.
when people talk about foreclosures, I tell them I think the land
Bank
bank bought them all. They took them all.
Right. I mean, and that
they
go
like
with
combined apartments or something
Right.
like that. I heard something like that.
Oh, I know. I mean, land bank, they snagging anything they want. But I mean, even when you're dealing with a foreclosure person, find out the situation though, because a lot of these people, they already in over their head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if I can find a cash buyer who can pay for your debt, and you can walk away with $5 to $10,000, that's at least clearing you where you ain't even got to get a foreclosure on your record in the first place.
Let's set it up. Okay. So say I'm about to foreclose on a house. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like this.
and say that I've like, okay. So when you go into foreclosure, your information gets published. And for you guys out there that, because I want to talk about the embarrassment and the shame. A lot of times you guys won't answer the phone when we call you, when we send you stuff. We're really genuinely, a lot of us are trying to help you get out of that house so it doesn't hit your credit. So you'll get contacted, about it because it gets published, like I said. And so say I'm going in foreclosure, and Chris calls me, he goes, hey, like, I want to come help you out. Like, what do you owe on your loan? Okay, so say I owe $35,000 on this loan. Maybe I'm in a $70,000 neighborhood. That's where he will come into play and just be like, I'll cash you out. I can find somebody. He'll find somebody. Say Dominique comes along. I'll pay $40 for this house. So Chris makes $5. I get my $35 taken care of, and I'm walking away from this house, and I don't have to deal with the rest of it that would ensue after that, which would be like a sheriff coming out to escort you out if you said, no, I'm not leaving. And it going on your credit report for the next however many years and, stuff like that. So that's where like, don't be embarrassed or ashamed to pick up that phone. Pick up that phone. And just, of course, like, Google the people. I mean, Facebook, gosh, you can look everybody up now. And just...
know your equity into it too, man. That's what a lot of people don't be knowing. Like,
because you could turn around and list it even too. Like, hey, pre-foreclosure, I'm going to be gone. Let's list it for $50 and see what happens.
You can save your own ass.
Save your own butt
with a refinance
or that.
You might have been in this house 10 years and you don't have no clue. You can take out 80% of the value on it right now to pull your own self out of a foreclosure. So you can save yourself if you don't want to take it out to go buy another property that's going to make you some cash flow. You can at least take it out to refinance the house, get it at maybe even a lower cost so you can afford it. The rates and everything might be cheaper. Like over the years, I know when y'all probably started, it was up there with like 5-10% rates. These rates at like 1 to 3% right now. That's crazy. Almost no interest. Right. No interest to take out a refinance loan or, purchase a house, period. So, I mean, it's just the rates is at the best right now, though.
It's crazy right now.
Like Az said, do not be scared to pick up that phone because, you got to know your next move. And if you only want to, sell this house to go buy a new car if I can get all your debt paid off in $10,000 and your credit score is still saved, guess who get to go to the car lot?
Man, I hope you're gonna be trading a house
And they're going to
for a car.
respect you at the car lot. They're not going to come, oh, we got a foreclosure. Like, oh, this
Yeah, if you
foreclosure
foreclose on your
look
house,
ugly.
I know this car not that important to
No.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Though.
With a car,
foreclosure.
you want at least 4 or 5 years old
Man,
because
at
the
least.
bulk of that loss is gone. And I'm gonna tell you,
Right.
because I went to Nationwide Auto Finance to check out this Lexus, right? Because I wanted to do it on Turo. How
Right.
you supposed to? I said this motherfucker. Because I talked to
Residuals,
Jason a
man.
while ago about doing it with a Tesla.
Yeah.
But I was like, let me get a house before I
Right.
buy this car that I want and been wanting. So this Lexus, they're like the cash price was $12,000, the finance price was $15,000, and I like KBB'd it, and it was like $10,000, and I was like, So I went in there. I was like, I got $9,000 for you guys. Dude never got my information or anything, so I'm gonna go back in there
Better.
Smoking.
with
Better
six.
make money.
She said with six.
On the
start
next
there.
episode of Real Estate Investor versus Car Lot. Seller, who will win?
What is it? Car salesman. We got 5 minutes, guys. Call in. You guys got questions?
Y'all got some questions?
We
What's
had a
going
couple people
on?
call.
I
Which
know something
need.
I
Kinda
want to
touched on a
tell
lot of stuff.
you guys too. I'm really a big person about assets over liability. So sometimes people be wondering if they should buy an investment property or their dream home first. This might not be for everybody, but for me, I will get that investment property. I have not took on a mortgage yet because I want a 10 unit.
Yeah.
I want my money working for me while I sleep. I want to wake up and it's just
Exactly.
working. So then when I'm trying to go get this big expensive house, this is my residual income that adds too. So I'm gonna tell you guys
Exactly.
to lose the broke mentality like I'm about to go work 40 more hours.
Right.
That's not what rich people do. They go buy investments to make that money for you. Like Ashley said, I'm about to get this little car real quick. And guess what? You can do it cheaper than that. You can go find a little BMW for $5,000 because the car is a little bit cheaper than the truck.
Exactly.
And boom, you put this on Turo, $70 a day. It's paying for itself.
It's paying for itself. Even if you get one duplex, y'all, like, so.
love that idea.
One duplex, 2 units, $1,200 a month. Now you got you a duplex. Now let's go to this $250,000 crib where the mortgage is probably gonna be $1,400.
Yep.
But ain't the duplex paying off $12,000, and you only got to add $200 more to it per
There you
month?
go.
And you building in equity every month. Come on now, that just makes sense, don't it? Though.
Yeah.
do.
Even when you
I
get
would
more
save
units.
up a bit before you do
I
it.
would
that
say,
way you
right.
got a nest egg aside for your water heater, your furnace, and roof, stuff like that
Yeah.
on the duplex, and then the new house too.
Yep. Even with them good jobs though, man, you do not want to go into a $200,000 house with just a regular job.
That's still a liability. That's
The
something you have to
taxes
pay
kill
for.
you.
Exactly
more than
though.
anything.
Soon as a pandemic
Pandemic hit,
situation happened,
mortgages was not getting paid.
or something else happened, you liable, and
Yeah.
they coming for it too. So
Yeah.
if you just had a duplex sitting there, you can just call your duplex like, I need that rent because my mortgage due and my job ain't paying me no money.
And rent went up.
And I'm still, and I can still get y'all paid off per month.
And you're doing the numbers like off of 500 each unit.
Yeah.
But basically 550, 650, and right now really 750 is what you probably gonna get on the 2-bed, especially in
yeah.
Commonwealth area or by the library. Those duplexes are humongous.
Man,
OS Stand got big duplexes too.
I'm getting $750 on the duplex in South
yeah.
End.
Yeah.
Are you kidding
Yes.
me?
Rent is up,
Killing
Ashley.
Kidding me?
It's
Killing 'em.
everywhere.
But see, that's I got the moral stuff.
Killing
going
So now
on
that's
with that. Like, how are you
$1,400 a
guys
month.
Starving them a little bit though in those areas.
No, these people need houses and they need to come looking good. You know what I mean? And this was a property
This is why you buy.
like high voltage ceilings. You know what I mean? It's a nice duplex, but most definitely
What's the
maxed out
square
our
footage?
potential though.
Is it over 2,000 square footage?
It is though. It's a big boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Real big house. Real big duplex though. Voltage ceilings, windows. I think it's like 10-inch windows.
Love it.
Or 10-foot windows. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like long windows, and I mean, just the inside overall look of it. I mean, a lot of people just go in there and be like, I will pay $600.
Cosmetics is everything.
$700.
That
Yeah.
nice bathroom and kitchen
Yeah.
paint, it get you really far.
Kitchens and
most
baths.
definitely. Heck yeah. But I think we up on time right now.
We
man,
are.
you know? But yeah, we came through today. Spit some
Thanks
juice.
for inviting me, Ashley.
You're welcome.
Chris.
Thanks for coming.
Most definitely, yeah. It was a good conversation again.
I hope you guys watched the live, or if they ever air this on their website, definitely check it out. Really good gems everybody was dropping here.
Most definitely, man. Good gems. Get that credit score together. come buy you a house. Holla at us.
Yeah.
419 on the grind.
Thanks again
Yeah.
for having us 419 grind.
Is that what it's
Shout out
called? A
Jess.
podcast.
419 grandpa. Yeah.